So today's video is going to be a tutorial on this look right here. I don't really know what I want to call it, but it's just a simple smoky cat eye. I used the Pure Cosmetics Buff Collection palette that came in a Boxycharm maybe 2 months ago or so. So if you receive this, it will be a look that you can achieve with this. And then also this palette is a perfect dupe for the Naked 3, I believe it is, so it's also a look that you could achieve with that palette. If you're interested in learning how to achieve this look, please keep watching. Okay, so besides my eyebrows, I don't have anything else done. I'm going to start with the eyes today before we do our face, so I'm going to start by priming my eyelids with the Revlon Age Defying Color, Dark Spot Correcting Concealer. And mine is in the shade Medium Dark. This is not a good concealer, like for under eye concealing or spot concealing or any of that. It is really the wrong consistency for that. It's too sticky, doesn't really blend well for that kind of an application, but for use as an eyeshadow base, it works really, really well. So I really like to use it for that. I prefer using a concealer for my eyeshadow base in general. I'm going to use this Pure Cosmetics palette that I got in one of my Boxycharms. It's really just a dupe for one of the Naked palettes. So if you have, I believe it's the Naked 3 palette, that will be perfect. Or if you have Boxycharm and you got this one, then that will do too. Now I'm going to start by taking the Quartz shade and just using that to set the concealer. I'll also give it a little bit of a brighter base on my skin tone. Now I'm going to go in with this shade here, this purpley matte shade. It's called Clay. And I'm just going to take a larger fluffy blending brush and I'm going to use that to blend it into the crease. Now I'm going to take another blending brush and I'm going to go in with the shade Desert, which is a little bit more of a taupey, deeper purpley shade. And I'm going to use that in more of the outer corner. This one has some shimmer to it. I'm gonna take the first brush I was using and just take that and use that to blend out all the edges and make sure that everything is smooth. Now I'm going to take this deep shade called Mirage and really concentrate that on the outer lash line. anytime I'm doing a look where I'm trying to get a good concentrated dark amount of color on my eyes, I do prefer to do my eyes before my base. To use this really shimmery pink shade called Mojave. And I am just going to pack that all over the lid. Make sure that you allow it to blend into the dark shade properly. Don't go too far into the area where you place that shade. To highlight the brow bone, I'm going to take this shade here called Sahara. And I'm also going to put a little bit of that in the inner corner area. Or a lot of that. Before we continue, I am going to take a makeup wipe. And I'm going to make sure that any fallout is gone. And I'm also going to use the makeup wipe to kind of help make the edge of the eye look a little bit more dramatic and sharp. So now let's get started with the face. I'm going to be using the Pure Correcting Primer in Illuminate and Glow. This is just a sample I got in like a subscription bag, but I really enjoy this stuff, so I will probably purchase it once I've used it all. And then I'm going to use my Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse foundation, which is by far my favorite higher coverage foundation from the drugstore. And you have to apply it with a brush to get the right look. So I use my Real Techniques expert. I can never say it right, like first try. My Real Techniques expert face brush to apply it, and we'll just go in and apply that. Just a little bit more. Now to conceal, I am going to use the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Medium. And just a little bit under the eyes. Yeah, a little bit more. I've got quite a bit dark circling going on. Down the nose, around the nose. And I've been skipping the forehead lately because I've got a couple forehead wrinkles that no matter what I do, the concealer will sink into if I apply concealer to my forehead. So I've just been avoiding that. And if I want to brighten it up, I'll just put a little bit of a lighter powder there as opposed to using concealer for that. So I'm going to blend this in with my Real Techniques sponge. And now I'm going to set that with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow contouring palette in Dulce de Leche. I'm going to use the light shade to set the concealer. And then I'm going to use the darker shade to contour the sides of my nose. And to bronze up the face a little bit. Okay, so at this point I'd like to go back in and finish up the eyes. I'm going to use the matte purple color again on the entire lower lash line. And then I'm going to take the really dark shade and just concentrate that on the outer edge of the lower lash line. And I'm just going to make sure that's all blended out nicely. I'm going to take this Nano Liner by Absolute New York. It's a felt tip and it is incredibly skinny. So I'm going to use that to line It's incredibly easy to get a good line with this. So I added a wing using the shape that I created earlier with the makeup remover. That's a really helpful tip. Create that, and that will be an immediate guide for when you put on your liner. Now I'm just going to curl my lashes and put on mascara. I'm going to use the Bella Pierre Volume Lash Waterproof Mascara. I really did not expect to like this mascara as much as I do. It really is fantastic. It makes my lashes look so much longer than they are, and that's the kind of help that I really need in my life. For blush, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush, and this is the Precious Pink, I think is the name. Oh God, I messed that all up. This is really pigmented, so you want to make sure that you go on with a light hand, but it is a beautiful blush. And then for highlight, I'm going to use the Vintage Highlight in the shade Rose Quartz. I'm going to apply it to my nose and my Cupid's bow as usual. And then for lips, I'm just going to go with something simple and glossy because my lips are incredibly dry, so I don't think that they can handle like a heavy liquid lipstick right now. So I think I'm going to go for my Rimmel Moisture Renew lipstick in Iced Coffee. And this stuff is not kidding. When it says Moisture Renew, it really does feel like you are also putting on a chapstick right along with your lipstick. It's fantastic. So there's the finished look. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and please subscribe to my channel. I love you guys. Bye.